today is Tom Marsh, the town manager of Windsor, Vermont. So Tom, I want to talk a little bit about the political process. And New England's unique compared to the rest of the world in many ways. So we're still a very small, at least in New Hampshire and Vermont where we are, it's really local government. And I want to talk about sort of the good and maybe the challenges to that, and get your perspective on it.
Sure. It's a topic I'm passionate about. While there are a lot of different forms throughout New England or even just in our area, they're all rooted in pure democracy, the one person, one vote. The ability to go and cast your ballot on town meeting day or to look your elected officials in the eye and say, this is what I think, and be a part of that discussion. It's unfortunate that we have such a hard time finding candidates, either appointed or elected, understanding how challenging everyone's life and how busy it all is, but maybe people don't realize just how unique this opportunity is. I've lived in many parts of the country where there had been a county government, a county council, and you don't have any idea what your government's doing. There's no real opportunity for interaction.
And you really can't vote on anything either.
Yeah, it's your council that'll vote, or they have a representative town meeting, but generally a city council or a county council votes. Here, this is particularly on the towns that have town meeting day where it goes on for hours, you really have that direct input. And it may not be the most efficient form of government, but when you look at how larger forms operate, you can't say that there is a better way to control your local destiny than the opportunities we have here.
You're saying that it's sometimes a challenge to get people in there. Is there a sort of special person that it takes to be involved? I mean, because to me, we want to have small local control. One of the secrets is local participation.
Sure, and I think at the core is if you get involved because you want to help your community, you can take in special skill sets you may have. If you're an engineer, maybe that helps in one area, or a planner. If you're a finance background, you bring those interests in. But if you're coming just for a particular issue, or either angry, you're one-trick horse kind of candidate, that doesn't help the process. And I think it's important to understand that you have commissions not so that you get a unanimous vote every time, but that the majority of the vote carries the day. And if you can shake hands at the end of that spirited debate, everybody benefits from it.
It sort of reminds me of the very early conversation. You said, the vote was about 2-1. And he said, well, that's good. I would never be 100% in favor. You didn't like, you like a little bit of discussion.
You do. If you see things too one-sided, you wonder if you've kept people away from participation because they didn't think that there was a chance to have an impact, or that people are complacent. So having a mix in the middle, I don't, a couple of years ago, the school vote only passed by 2 votes. I don't view that as a negative. I say, that there was a legitimate coming forward of a variety of positions in the community, and it was a struggle to get to a majority. But at the end, that 2-vote margin meant that side won. And the community really came together after that and worked in a positive way, not a negative way.
Do you ever see I guess, how do you manage the different tensions that you see? Because as a town manager, you've got to deal with all the constituents.
You do, and again, as we were kind of talking about the budget process, not every person in town uses every service that it has, so people are coming from different points of view. Economics, and particularly, there are some that don't want to spend another nickel because they can't or they don't want to, or those that really don't put a thought to what the tax burden is. I think where I've been fortunate in Windsor, and I see sometimes in other towns it gets a little out of the way, I'm hired to manage the town. I look to the select board and to other commissions to set the direction and the policy. So if you want to have a robust recreation department or a police department at this level, you guys over here set that direction. Don't come to me and then say, are you buying the pencils at the right price, and how much are we paying for this or that? If I'm not providing value to the community, then I shouldn't be in my job.
Right.
But you come as an elected member and represent the people you're out there.
Right, and so your job is to really give the policymakers good information.
Correct. They direct me. I use my managerial background to give them the information they need to make the policy decisions for the community.
And then implement the policies.
And implement the policies. And if they come back to me and say, gosh, we spend an awful lot of money and we got nothing for it, well, then I'm hitting the street.
But, well, I hate to end with you hitting the street because it sounds like things are going great at Windsor.
I'm very happy. I think the town's going the right way.
But we're just out of time right now. Thanks so much for being here.
Appreciate it.